Hello, myself Ramkrishna here. Basically, we are discussing one of the topic that is city creation. City creation basically we are discussing the future creation. Is future creation basically we are discussing one question basically which was asked by the satellite group basically. Question is where these people basically are staying. So this is basically the Odisha place basically. Then basically one of the person asked the question basically where these Bengali groups are basically staying. Bangladeshi group basically. That is not Bangladeshi, but that is Bengali group basically. So this is basically the Bangladeshi Bengalis groups basically are staying. Then basically one of the person told that basically where these Gujaratis groups are basically staying. Then he one of the Sunil person asked given the answer like this basically. Why Gujaratis are staying here basically? Because satellite group basically asked the question basically. So in this format basically Sunil and I are given the answer. So like this basically the groups are basically staying. So one of the person basically asked the question basically. And rest group basically are staying. Assume that rest groups are basically staying where? Here basically. Rest groups are staying here. So rest groups are basically staying here. So one of the person asked the question basically, what actually this is basically? Then he told that basically currently basically the Earth planet basically which is ongoing basically they are staying here basically. Sunil Arna, one of the satellite group basically asked the question basically, in which caste basically you are there basically? Sunil Arna told that basically I am in Malayali caste basically. So you are basically staying here? Yes basically. So who is basically handling this everything basically? That basically satellite group basically we basically believe in the God basically. They are basically handling this basically. So they are basically not helping you basically. Then Sunil Arnott basically told that basically they are helping basically, but the software company basically it's a union basically. It's a big huge union basically across the world basically. They are basically telling that basically we will not give job to the Sunil Nair basically. We will not give job to the Sunil Nair basically. Like this basically the software union group basically are telling. That means basically the IT groups is connected with this entire design basically. One of the person basically of the satellite basically person told that basically. Then it was the yes basically. This is connected with the entire design basically. So one of the person told that but your biodata basically is at which portal basically? That is basically Naukri.com basically. That is in Noida basically. Head office. In front of the world basically. In front of the world basically that is in Noida basically. That is where basically. That is in Uttar Pradesh basically. But that is in front of the world basically. Repeating the word. That is in front of the world basically. And whatever in front of the world basically, that is wrong basically. So one of the satellite person told that basically I basically will handle basically where the real group basically are staying basically. Then basically satellite group told that basically if this design basically where basically this design means Earth planet. Satellite group basically told that. And Sunil Arnab basically told that yes basically this is world basically. Design. That is world basically. Design जो है that is world basically. That means this design in this design basically the IT groups are also basically there. Yes, then he told that yes basically who are basically handling the entire IT industry basically. That means the problem is basically from here only basically. Because this group basically decides Sunil Arna are basically supposed to get the job or not basically. Because this group basically designs the projects basically. That this is the energy basically which we required. So Sunil Arna basically the satellite group basically told that basically who is that software companies basically. Then Sunil Larnar basically told that basically this is basically the software companies basically who are the 50% people are basically staying in home and 50% people are basically doing home work from office basically. So see basically TCS, that is Tata Consultancy, basically head office basically is in where basically Mumbai city. Infosys C, Bangalore. Wipro, Bangalore. HCL, Noida. Tech Mahindra, Pune. These all are in front of the world, basically repeating the word. And that whatever the things basically are in front of the world, basically, that is wrong. L&T Technology Service, Vadodara. Oracle, Mumbai. LT Mindtrees. LTI Mindtrees. What is full form basically? That just a minute. I will just check it because this company basically has just came recently. Because when I was working basically that time basically there was no name of it. Oh, Larsen and Toubro Infotainment basically. That is Larsen and Toubro Infotainment basically. So LT Mindtree, that is Mumbai. Emphasis basically. Emphasis is also basically one full form basically. See basically. That means nobody can track basically which company is basically connected with which company basically. That's very dangerous basically. So 3i Infotech, Mumbai. Like this basically each and every company basically are connected with any of the city basically. So satellite group told that basically IT industry, that means basically how many people basically are using softwares basically. Then Sunil Larnar basically told that mostly all people basically, all languages people basically are using the software companies basically. That means this is basically one union basically, which basically has connected basically in software company basically. For example, in Vadodara city basically, that is your local city basically. There also basically they are not helping. That is it's a big union basically, the software company basically. And Vadodara city basically lots of people says that it is getting controlled by Bangalore and Mumbai basically, where head office basically is in Bangalore and Mumbai. But that is in front of the world basically, and whatever in front of the world basically, that is wrong. That means some country cities basically there who is controlling the IT sector basically. And that is basically 98%, that is from India only basically. That is one city basically who is controlling the entire software industry of India, entire software industry of India basically. So like this basically, this is about the software industry future basically. And in future basically few people say that basically you exist or not exist basically, that we don't know basically. So see basically software industry's future basically. So this is basically future of Earth planet basically. This is future of Earth planet. This is future of what? Earth planet. So we will write here basically so this is Earth planet and this is future of Earth planet. Satellite group told that basically. I am not telling basically, that is told by satellite group basically. So this is future of Earth planet basically. So next video basically we are going to see a little bit more about this.